Wow, that's our princess. I haven't seen her in action for a long time.
Zephy, are you injured?
I'm fine. I got a little careless there.
What just happened?
Zephy's signature technique. The hero Strauss's blood flows in the veins of the Berlinet royal family. They say that Strauss was a gifted wizard who was born to a human and a Carta.
That's why there are the occasional throwbacks born into the royal family. You know, people born with special abilities, like the ones Lord Strauss exhibited. I myself possess the ability that you saw me use just now, but for some unknown reason, I still can't fully control it. I have the ability to initiate extremely powerful wizardry, but just not all the time.
Even so, if it weren't for that power, I doubt that we would have been able to defeat Elgar that one time.
You defeated Elgar? You, Princess?
Just the one time. But I'm afraid Elgar is still alive, even though I mortally wounded him when we fought. Back then, if I had only defeated him once and for all.
I'll be the one to defeat Elgar. That's the reason I joined the Southern Forces.
Oh, don't make me throw those words back in your face someday. The way I hear it, you defeated the Guardian. But judging from today's fight, you don't look that tough to me. Did that really happen?
Crocel, will you please stop trying to provoke him?
Yes, ma'am. You have such a soft spot for this guy, Princess.
Grosel, your personality is the issue here.
I give credit where it's due, if they deserve it.
Excuse me?
Leave it at that. All right now. The werewolf leader should be up ahead.
A letter? Let's see. Oh, okay. It's just talking about skills. Nothing too big there. Okay, so my strategy for this is going to be to kill all of the little werewolves. To encounter whenever I can to break their weapon.
Gotta do this! Another one!
Big man, huh? What? You need me to take it?
And then self fireball. Oh my
I get your
gosh.
enthusiasm, but you should rest.
So what happened there is both the enemies died before I could use my skill, so I didn't get a chain break. In fact, I made it so that both Crocel and Juto overheated at the same time, which is unfortunate. Okay. So I can go fight these guys. Oh, no I cannot. I cannot walk up that mountain, apparently. So we'll just go for this one. So I guess another advantage to leveling is that you do get more attacks, like uninterrupted swings with your weapon, which is kind of nice. I think mostly it's just good to note that it's pretty much pointless to like power level.
Still okay.
Spend a lot of time leveling up and fighting everything that comes your way.
Nicely. Yes!
Even so, you've no skill with your power.
Oh gosh, Juto's in trouble because they got stuck behind a rock.
Getting dangerous.
Juto, don't die. Okay, so I'm actually gonna use an item because Zephy isn't gonna make it in time. Because she's stuck behind a rock.
Having to admit me means that good luck is run out.
Hey, you need my power?
Big huh? Even so, you've no skill with your power.
Thought for sure I had it that time. It gets really tricky when things die before you get a chance to kill them. See, like this guy's gonna die before Crystal gets to
Don't hold a grudge against me.
Oh!
That turned out
Again,
cool.
but that time it worked in my favor. So there was a chain break for you. I'm trying. Okay, so that's the werewolf boss. I'm just gonna try and fight as few guys as possible. Just to save time. And energy.
Let's go! That was close!
That was attempted.
Big man, huh?
Right as I
Even so,
overheated.
you've no skill with your power.
Where is Zephy? She's still behind this rock. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that was totally unexpected. I had never seen a character get stuck that badly before. It's just tragic.
Yes!
I'm glad I caught it though. Yeah, so if you ever get in like a lot of trouble and it's not an enclosed boss fight, you can always go into movement mode and kind of run away.
I'll show you the difference in our level of power.
There you go. There's another chain break. Getting back into the swing of it. Okay. Alright, let's take on the boss. A little bigger. All the bosses in this game say question mark for their level. I think that's kind of the game's way of making it so that they don't have to actually tell you anything about bosses.
Time to face defeat! Hey, aren't I awesome?
See, so there's some effective use of chain break. It's nice because then you get your stamina back. Oh gosh. There we go. So when that werewolf did that special attack that sort of interrupted gameplay, that can actually keep you from being able to do a chain break. And it's pretty much unavoidable and unpredictable.
Take this! You survived because of me,
One of the
huh?
annoying things about this game.
Don't hold a grudge against me.
Purcell, I get your enthusiasm, but you should rest.
Okay. Juto's down. Wow.
Let's go!
It's kind of embarrassing.
You won't be
I will
charmed!
back you up.
Oh man. I am not doing good. I'm sorry guys. It's okay, I mean we'll survive this.
Purcell,
I have no doubt. Whoa. Still no doubt. I'm just a little sad I couldn't put on more of a show for you. Alright, let's take it out.
Right! I'll show you the difference in our level of power!
Purcell, I will back you up.
Having to have met me means
Alright,
that your
this
luck
should be
has
it.
run out.
There we go. And a level.
What's this?
Plunder that the werewolves stole from the southern forces. Damn. I can't believe it's this bad.
It appears that the werewolves have been working with the northern forces for quite some time.
I don't believe it!
Princess, what's the matter?
This is Kaito's armor. I can't believe I'm finding it in a place like this.
Kaito?
A mercenary we could always rely on. He put his life on the line for Landsheim, fighting on the front lines. Well, I strongly doubt that he was killed by Sion Regro.
How did he die then?
I'd always heard that Kaito acted as a decoy to allow his men to escape and fought to his last breath. No matter how brave he was no match for their numbers.
Zephy, Kaito's death is regrettable, but if not for his sacrifice, many more would have died that day.
I know. There was no other choice. Juto, this is our reality. On the battlefield, death is always right by our side. But you mustn't die. You have to live.
Yeah.
Will you take Kaito's armor?
Huh?
Kaito was a warrior who bravely faced even sentinels. He is no longer with us, but I'd like his torch to be passed on to you. That is, if you are ready to receive it.
I understand.
It looks pretty good on you.
It does, I guess.
I'm sure Kaito is very happy right now.
Use this sword, too. It's a fine blade.
Melissa.
We've finished exterminating the werewolves. Let's head back to Abazet.
Our mission is complete.
Well, I guess we could take it easy here for a while longer. It doesn't look like the princess is quite ready yet.
Today has been difficult for her. Every piece of plunder represents a dead soldier.
Being a princess who leads a Southern Forces unit is probably pretty tough.
Well, in that case, she shouldn't have started this war in the first place. I mean, she's fighting to retake her throne, right?
What are you talking about? It was that bastard Shuenzite that started it. He assassinated the previous queen, and then sent sentinels after anyone who spoke out against him. If the Southern Forces hadn't been on Highwind Island, it would have fallen victim to the sentinels long ago.
Oh, come on. The Southern forces were useless. Face it. In the end, they abandoned Highwind Island.
Are you saying that was the princess's fault? Listen, pal, it's because of the princess that you're alive right now. If it was me, I wouldn't be babysitting some self-centered jerk who was spouting crap about getting revenge. The princess tries to shoulder the burden for everything herself. She'd feel the same even if you hadn't said it was the Southern Forces' fault. I lost everything I had because of the Northern Forces too, but I didn't try to blame it on someone else like you do. It's her own undeniable sense of responsibility that causes her to lead a frontline unit with no regard of the danger.
Zephy is desperately trying to end this war, which is why the burden that bears her down is commensurately heavy. She herself was the one who suffered the most over the fact that we couldn't save Highwind Island.
Everyone, don't be too hard on Juto.
Princess?
I failed to save the island. I failed to fulfill my responsibilities as princess. Juto, has every right to criticize me harshly.
What are you saying?
Come, let's go home to Abazet. What did you think of your first mission? Was it difficult?
Yes.
For us, this is just another ordinary day. You'll need to get used to it quickly.
I understand. I couldn't look at her. I couldn't look Zephy in the eye. I just stared at her back, which seemed so lonely. I was just a kid who was drunk on his own circumstances.
Okay, this is Igtun just giving a little bit of info on Guardians. And this is just talking about crafting. You have to go to a commons shop, and then you have to have the right commons to combine to make it, as well as some money. Here's that guy we're supposed to save. The good news is, after you talk to him, he says he'll take care of it. So you don't have to go and get him out of here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do a soul extraction again. Oh my gosh! I seriously did that. I just pressed X again. Okay, hang on. Oh, nuts. Okay, so
It must have been a tough fight. I'll heal you now.
I'm gonna try really, really hard not to do that again. I'm just gonna keep my finger on B. Hopefully it'll give me another chance. Not looking too good for that one. Okay, we'll get this one then. Oh, it's chasing me. Crap. Yeah, so soul extractions aren't even possible every time. So... And so we haven't gone through a new cell, so these enemies here haven't come back yet. Like I said, the cells are kind of arbitrary. They're very difficult to figure out where they are without sort of trial and error. I'm gonna try to get that soul extraction in.